protection. It protects. Protect. Oh, come on. Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how I curl my hair with my straightener. So this is not professional technique or anything like that. This is just my way to do it. So I will share some tips and overall just show you how I do it. And I'm not pro or anything. This is just how I learn myself pretty much. So if you're not already subscribing to my channel, I would really suggest you to do that. Just click the button down here somewhere and let's begin. First of all, I just want to say my lips are very irritated and swollen and red right now because I put in some more filler today. So I'm not always looking like this, just to clarify that. But before you start to curl your hair, you obviously want it to be dry. My is, so I don't have to blow dry it. But if I would do that, I would put in some heat protection. This particular one is from Swarkov. It's the Got2b series and the name is the Guardian Angel. So it protects your hair up to 220 degrees for hot hairstyles, blow dry and heated styling tools. So it gives you shine, blah blah blah. I'm not good at reading ingredients, so I don't know if this is actually good for your hair or if it pretty much damages your hair, but it smells amazing and I want to believe that it's good for your hair. So I use this when I get out of the shower. So I already have that product in my hair. After that, I obviously dry the hair and then we will start to actually work with the hair. So as the title say, you need to actually have a straightener for this method. Of course you can use a curling iron if you want that, but I mean, you use that in a different way. So I have a straightener from Gabbe N. So it's a Swedish brand. I don't know if it's actually known in other countries, but yeah, it's a styling brand or hair brand. So the Gabbe N tools, UBH Nordica. So this particular one cost around $70. I love it and I bought it maybe 1 or 2 years ago, so it's still working fine. Put it on 220 degrees and of course you don't need to use that high of a degree if you don't want. You can go lower. You need to test yourself and see what works fine for you. I find the curls to last longer if I use a bit of a higher degree. So I turn it on 220 degrees. So when it stopped blinking, it's heated, so we can start. Then I just brush through my hair with a hairbrush, and I use the Akapaka hairbrushes. They are made of boar hairs. I think you pronounce it like that. I have some difficulties with that word. But yeah, they are made of animal hair and also I think. I don't really know, but they use raw hair. They look very fancy and to be honest, I think they are pretty expensive. I have 3 different sizes of them and they are a bit hairy right now. I'm sorry for that. So I stopped using these regular plastic hairbrushes because I just feel like they damage the hair, so I just used these ones. And I have really sensitive hair. Not sensitive hair, but I have a very sensitive scalp. So when I brush the scalp with some brushes, it gets dry and I start to get almost like rushes, or what do you call it? Well, they just irritate my hair, okay? So you can see I have dry patches here. That's why I'm more cautious with my hair products in general. I try to treat my hair as good as I can just because of that. So now I brush through the hair and we will actually start to straighten the hair, and not in the lengths because they are obviously going to be curled, but you know, this in the back, I want it to be straightened, and the curls are almost going to begin like here and then down. So this top part we want to be flat. I found it to be looking a bit weird otherwise, so I just straighten that top part. Just like that. Just go through the hair quick with a flat iron and it will do. And then depending on how thick or how long hair you have, you can section your hair differently, you know? So I have recently cut off a lot of hair, so it's very short, and therefore I just section my hair in two. If you do have longer or thicker, you can section it into 3 layers or 4 layers even if you want that, but I would choose between 2 or 3 layers because you want the curls to be thick and this Hollywood look, not corkscrews. So take my fingers over the ears, back until they connect, and one of these. Now I look ridiculous. And then I just put it up like that. Now we have our 2 sections. Hello. Am I cute now? Okay, so let's start. And beside from that heat protection, I do not use any more product until after I've curled. So now I take my flat iron. Usually you want the curls to, you want to curl them back so they go, no, like that, not so they curl forward. You want them to curl backwards. If you take your flat iron, you want to curl it so they go backwards, but you can also like that and they go forward. A long time ago I always curled my hair backwards, but nowadays I actually curl both forwards and backwards because I found it to appear more volumizing. So the under layer you're not actually going to see so much when you're done, so that layer I mostly curl forwards. So I just take like that big of a part and just spin the hair and drag it. Not too fast and not too slow. And then we have a curl, and then I just take my fingers through the curl, and sometimes I take the curl in my hand and just put it up towards the head so it cools down while you push those curls together, and that will make them last for longer. And they look awful now, but don't worry, trust the process. So just drag it out. And I do the back in the end. So I take this side, like that, and inwards and out. Just like that. And up. And the same. And I try to not overdo it or be too picky, because you don't want these perfect curly curls, because that look like a doll curl or doll curls, and that's not what I'm aiming for, even though it looks like that right now. So now we have this flat section in the back right here. So this is kind of tricky. I'm not overdoing that either. I just take it here in my hand, this section, and curl it either way that I feel possible. You can always change it later. So now we have done the first section, and I want to put in some hairspray. And since I have a very sensitive scalp, I have a very hard time to find good hairsprays, because they mostly make my scalp itch or irritated and so on. But I have found two different products that have worked so good for me. The first one is from CN. It's a keratin volume hairspray with repair strengthening formula. You can buy this on Lidl. You know, that supermarket. So it's very affordable. I think it's around $2. And then I have one more, also from CN. It's the Power Hairspray Ultra Strong Nourishing Vitamin Formula. So we take the first one, and I just gently spray from a distance. And now we are going to curl backwards, okay? Before we take it like this, now we want to take it up, you know, not in. We want to take it up. I hope you get what I mean. I don't know if you do, but we start to section this to our first curl. And if you feel like you need to brush through it, just do that like that. Just like that. And then I just manipulate them a bit. So as you see, the first part of the hair I do not curl. It's just in the ends. So if you feel like it's too curly, you can always drag it and pull the hair so you straighten out the curl. As long as the hair is warm, you can still manipulate the curl to how you want it. The speed of you dragging the flat iron will also decide how the curl will look. And don't worry, we're not going to look like this in the end, okay? Now I'm actually going to curl this forward. Sometimes you can change it up if you think it looks too, you know, perfect. And then again, I go backwards. And then we take the hairspray. And as you see, I take it from a very large distance. And then we'll start to actually style it. So now you see I have these corkscrews. I don't like them at all. So I take my brush and just gently brush through the parts I think is over curled. And now you see I have a part here that looks weird. So I just will flat it to calm it down a bit, and here I also want to calm it down, and this one as well. So I just flat it and almost, you know, curl it inwards to make a bit of a volume here. And then I can just redo this one, for example. I want to start higher up. And here as well, I want it to start higher up. And sometimes I just take my brush and brush the opposite direction to get a bit of a volume there. And I like to let the curls sit for maybe an hour or two, then I can go back in because they're changing throughout the time, so they will get less curly. If I drag and change too much, I will not have much curls left in 1 or 2 hours, so I just let it be, and then if I want it curlier or flatter, I just change it as the time go on. Of course, it's a bit difficult seeing myself like this now with no makeup. Then I sometimes, because I have some hairs, sticking up, you can take your hairspray and just spray like that, and then I just pull the hairs down. You can also buy a matte wax, so that looks like this. So just take some in your hand, warm it up, and then you can drag it through those parts where you have small hairs sticking everywhere. And this is my favorite from L'Oreal. I haven't used this in a long time, so I probably should throw this away. Also, you should be consistent with cleaning your straightener after you used it. I don't do it every day, but I do it once in a while because it builds up a lot of hair products on the metallic or the... I don't know what you call it, but the plates or the metallic plate, I don't know. Okay, but they are going to get messy and disgusting and full of old products, so once in a while, when it's not warm of course, you can clean it with a towel or a paper towel, wipe, something at least, because that will make a huge difference in the... My god, I hate all those noises. Shut up. Anyhow, you should be very, very consistent with the cleaning because that will make a huge difference in how the straightener will perform. Okay, so that's everything for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and of course if you want notifications every time I upload a new video, you can click the bell. And I see you in the next video. Bye! This would be a beautiful